Hi submarine friends. Well, I got the electric motor for my diesel electric submarine working. This is the electric part of the diesel electric submarine. Now, what I ended up doing was belt driving the pump with a belt tensioner, or rather I can tension the pump to tighten the belt. Anyways, I took the back of the motor off. That's all I did. I didn't rebuild it or anything. I just took the back off so I could identify which were the field coils and which brushes go to the brushes that go to the armatures. I had to identify the 4 pins. So I did that, no problem. I went on ChatGPT to find out how to wire it. It was completely wrong. ChatGPT failed me. It does that sometimes. You have to be careful. So I just Googled it and I found a YouTube video on the wiring schematic for this motor. So got it going. Motor works fine. I don't know if it has full power potential. I mean, this motor is probably 40 years old. So all I'm trying to do is get the electric motor in there with the pump. I'm not even going to permanently install it. I'm just going to weld a couple tabs to the hull to bolt it in. And then I can start testing. This is easy to replace. I'm not a fan, in this case, of belt driving this pump. But the shaft is damaged. And I'm not really comfortable with trying to repair that shaft because I might screw it up. So this is a good way to just test it. And what's good about this also is I can change the gearing to the pump because the pump is 4 gallons a minute at 4,000 RPM. I don't know what the RPM potential of this motor is. I did put a tack on it when it was freewheeling, and it was 3,000 RPM on 24 volts freewheeling. But you put a load on it and it drops. So again, this is just to test the whole system. So put it in. I have to plumb it anyways, so regardless if I change the pump motor configuration, I still have to plumb it in. I still have to put a valve in. I still have to run the electrics to control it. So this gets all of that done, and then down the road, if this doesn't perform the way I want to, I'll just swap it out. And I won't mind spending the money because I'll know exactly what I need. That's my problem. Propellers is real voodoo science. Like you can't, it's super hard to figure out what a propeller is going to do in your application. So I'm better off to make everything so that I can change it easily once I figure out exactly what I need. So trial and error, that's really how this is going. So I've got it hooked up to 24 volts right now. It operates on 12 volts, 24 volts, or 36 volts. So I'm going to try to run it on 24 volts just because it's a real easy voltage to deal with. You can get a 24 volt alternator, no problem. You could take 12 volts off a 24 volt system. So 24 volt system is where I'd like to stay. May not be as efficient. The higher the voltage, the less line loss. But, you know, I'm not really that worried about super efficiency. If I was, I wouldn't be going with the hydraulic drive. This submarine is more for traveling on the surface with the tow fish looking for targets, and when we see a target we dive to the target. So the bottom time is really not that big of a deal. In fact, I don't even plan on using life support. It'll have life support. I'll carry oxygen, CO2 scrubbers, etc. so I can stay 72 hours in an emergency. But as a rule, I will dive for half an hour to an hour, so you don't need any of that in the submarine for those short dives. So again, this is a searching submarine really, because I have my deep worker right there. So if we find something that needs some serious submarine work, it's sitting right there. It's got electric arm on it, the whole bit. So no point having 2 submarines that do the same job. The job of this submarine is to go out in any weather, any time of year, and look for targets. We can always go check out the targets with that submarine if need be. But it's just real handy with this if you can just dive down, check it out, and come back up. Anyways, today I'm going to get this baby installed, and I should be able to run it and watch the propeller turn. Fingers crossed. Ciao.